Well, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. All right, I'm at a location today called Gillies Creek. It's a place that I frequent from time to time. It's just a wooded area just off one of the main roads here. And boy, it's been probably about 5 or 6 weeks since I've had a chance to get out and do any woodland photography. And I was going through a bit of withdrawal. I just had to get out to do something. All right, so I took advantage of this day today, and here I am. All right, now, once I got into this area, one of the things that struck my my attention right from the very beginning were some of the trees that are fallen here. Any of you that watch my channel on a regular basis know that I like to photograph a lot of fallen trees. A lot of the times they form some pretty good abstract compositions, and today is no exception. It's been about a year since I've been out in this area, and the landscape changes quite a bit over a year's time, and today is no different. As soon as I came in, I saw quite a few things here that were not here last year when the last time that I shot. So let's get to it. I already have my first composition all picked out, so let me show you what that is. All right, the first composition that I have set up is right here. There's a tree here that's fallen, and this tree is part of a much larger complex of trees that are fallen in this area. And as you can see, it's formed a pretty intricate pattern here. It's coming here. You've got branches that are looping over. We have some branches that have fallen in between the branch here, between the fork. And I've got a relatively tight composition on this. Just enough, and I'll do a little cropping in post after the shot is taken. And probably exaggerate the colors somewhat. Which I like to do. I'm a big fan of color saturation, and see if I can get a relatively good abstract image out of this. So everything is set up, and I'm going to take my first shot now. Okay, now this first shot that I have set up, you can clearly see. You can see the nice intricate pattern this is forming here, branching out here, looping here. And I thought that I could probably do quite a bit with that in post. All right, now I'm going to take 3 shots for this, simply because of the length of the branches and how close this branch is to the camera. Now, my first focusing point is going to be right here, right at this point. All right, so I will go ahead and I will focus on that point and then take my first shot. I'm going to check my histogram again just to make sure everything is in order. I can give that a little bit more exposure here. The sunlight has gone down just a touch. All right, and here's shot number 1. F-stop 13, ISO 64. All right, there's shot number 1. Now, I'm going to move my focusing point to about 1/3 in. So we'll come up just a bit. All right, and I will autofocus for that point. All right, and here's shot number 2. All right, and then I will move my focusing point up to about here, and that should cover everything from the foreground straight into the background since I'm at f-stop 13. Move it over for this branch about right there. And I will autofocus for that point, and then take my last shot. Okay, and what I will do is I will focus blend those later on in Photoshop, and create one image. All right, let's move on to the next composition. Okay, I'm at my next composition, and I have everything set up. If you look at this little complex of fallen trees right here. And as I said, these trees are all part of a larger tree, which is to the left. But I looked here, and I saw that it has nice various layers. One layer here, one layer here, well, a layer back here. And as many trees do, especially after they begin to start to decay and whatnot, you get very interesting textured patterns in the bark itself and the wood underneath. And I thought this was pretty interesting. This was one of the first things that struck my eye when I walked in. And I said, okay, I think I might have something here. All right, I have everything set up, and I'm going to show you what I have. All right, here's a view of what I'm looking at. As you can see, I've moved in pretty close. And I really want to emphasize the texture. You can actually see the nice ridges going through the wood. All right, you have a tree layer back here. You have a tree layer here. And I don't know, I'm rather fond of taking images like this to show detail in the anatomy of the tree. All right, now my first focusing point is going to be about a third of the way in. And so let's go ahead and focus there. And there's my focusing point right here. All right. Well, let's try that again. I think my focusing shifted just a bit. All right. All right, and f-stop 13, ISO 64, and let's take the first shot. All right, there's shot number one. Now I'm going to take 3 shots here as well. My next shot is going to be about here, and then my final shot is going to be for the branch all the way in the back, because I am zoomed in pretty good here. And of course, increasing the magnification decreases your depth of field. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take multiple shots again. So I'm going to go about right there. And let's focus. Okay. And let's take the next shot. Okay. Looks good. And my final shot is going to be right here. So let me move all the way up. And I will focus right there. And let's check the histogram again. Let's come down just a little bit. We've gotten a little bit of light here. All right. right. And that's 2 shots in the bag. Okay, at this point I've gotten 2 shots in the bag already, and I'm relatively happy with it. The conditions today aren't the greatest. It's overcast predominantly most of the time that I've been out here, but I think I can probably eke something out of these images that I'm taking. All right, I'm going to see if I can come up with perhaps one more image. I'm losing the light. I was getting nice, even, diffuse light because of the clouds. So sunset isn't until a bit after 5 o'clock, but it's around 4:15 right now. So I'm going to start losing the light pretty quickly, pretty soon. So what I need to do is find one more composition, and then I can wrap it up for the day. So let me find one more. Okay, I've got what's going to be my 3rd and final shot for the day. Right here in front of me. This is one of the other configurations of trees that sparked my attention when I came through this area. If you look, you can see the tree here, and you can see how this is nicely curving through. And there's one branch which is actually coming into the foreground a bit, and another branch underneath. Now, I have a pretty tight composition set up, where basically you're just seeing probably from this point to about here. And one of the things that I thought gave it a really nice touch is the fact that there are some leaves that are just growing out of the tree right here. And I think that gives everything a nice little added dimension. So, as I said earlier, I'm losing the light pretty quickly. So I'm going to take this last shot, and that will be it for the day. All right, let's get started. All right, if you take a look here, you can see I have the composition set up. I'm losing the light. Let me give it just a little bit more here. So that's good about right there. And you can see the composition that I have set up. And you can see the tree is just kind of looping into the frame and out. And then we have a branch here that's looping its way out. And then we have the little growth of leaves right here. All right, so right now my exposure is 1 second at f-stop 14, ISO 64. I focus for this area, right in the center, and I'm going to take that shot now. All right, that's number 1. Now I'm going to take one more shot, and I'm going to focus for this area right there. And everything should be nicely in focus. And we'll focus here. All right, and take the last shot. All right, and that's shot number 2 and the final shot. Well, you know, today's day of woodland photography wasn't something that I had put a great deal of planning into. I'm normally a stickler for planning everything and knowing exactly what I plan on shooting, and generally I have a backup if things don't work out. But sometimes you get some pretty good images, even when you didn't plan. Just make sure you have all of the necessary equipment that you need with you, and a lot of the time, good things can happen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as usual, if you've enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to comment, like, and please subscribe, right? Until next time.